I'm Jessica, and I am here at the NESS NYC, and I am going to take you through a 15-minute bounce today. So we are going to start on up on that trampoline. I want you to already just kind of shift your weight back and forth, pressing down through the heels, that full foot down. From there, we're going to start to find our squat. So our feet are a little bit wider than our hips. We're reaching our tailbone down and back. We're pulling our low belly in. And like I said, already just start to press down through that whole foot. That feeling here of the unstable surface below us is gonna challenge our core a little bit more, which is what we're going for the entire time we're bouncing. That engagement of the core while we're still getting our heart rate up, getting that cardio in, that feel-good action, that nice good sweat. So keep this action going, pressing down through the feet, scooping abs in and back, rolling the shoulders down the back. And then I want you to find a pulse at the bottom. Alrighty, we get that little bit of buoyancy. Just press it on down. Roll the shoulders. Keep dropping that tailbone. From there, I want it to get a little bit more bold with that pulse. So we're getting a little bit of bounce in. This is our bounce down. This tiny little action that started from a pulse, we're hovering down nice and low. We're feeling super grounded. Our low abs are scooping up and in the entire time. Keep that going. Now let the arms just release. We like to have our upper body nice and relaxed on our bounce down. This is our home base, our bounce down. If you're wondering, why does my baby pulse and not look as high as your bounce? It is because the secret lies in pressing through your heels. The more you press down through your footprint, the more you can lift those knees up. So we're thinking less about jumping high and more about pressing down. The same way, the harder you throw a ball down, the more it goes up. The harder you stamp your heels down, the more you go up. You've still got the knees nice and soft, just like we did on our squat. That tailbone softening down and back, just like our squat. And your arms are just free. Freedom through the upper body. Legs are fired. Core is engaged. That little scooping feeling. That tucking of your belly up and back. Hooking it in. Little ice cream bowl through your belly. For 4, 3, 2. We're gonna let this come into a front back. So we keep that same exact action. Your legs are still a little bit wider than your hips. Your toes are pointing front, your knees are soft. We're just letting our body take up more space on the mat of the trampoline. Challenging the core a little more because we're pushing our body all the way forward, all the way back. Let the arms match the motion. As we go front, the arms reach. As we pull back, the elbows pull back. Keep low belly pulling in. Keep the tailbone moving you through space. Knees are soft. And then I want you to think about a little mini hurdle on the center of your trampoline. Every time you cross center, you've got to lift your feet up and over that mini barrier. How are we feeling with this? Keep that going. We're going to take it as a double. You've got double front, double back. Can we still stamp those heels down? Again, think about that ball. If you were to throw a ball down, the higher it goes up because you pressed it down. So press your heels down to lift those knees up. We've got 4, 3, 2. Come back to center. Bounce down, home base. Arms are back to easy breezy. They don't need to match mine perfectly. I want you to really find that freedom there. Let it go. We're gonna find a new movement. Let's take our jack out and in. So you can start small. It doesn't need to be fully wide, fully narrow, but as you get more comfortable with this action, I want you to start taking up that full space. So feel that expansiveness as your arms and legs, again, they're matching. You're coordinating them together. Nice and wide, nice and narrow. Can we check back in with our form? Knees are soft, tailbone's dropping, and you're stamping that full foot down. If anything, we're putting a little bit more weight down through our heels And the reason we're doing that is because we don't want to feel like we're on our toes in that heel raised position the whole time, because that's going to put a lot of pressure on our calves and could lead to shin splints. And no way do we want that. One of the reasons why bounce is so wonderful is it's really sustainable for our body, for our joints. So check in. Are you pressing down through the heels so the whole back of the body can fire up? Those hamstrings, those glutes, and of course, the low abs. Check back in that scooping feeling of belly button, pulling up and back through the ribs. All right, we've been here for a bit. Can you challenge yourself to be really clear with the legs all the way out, all the way in? Every time they come in, you're zipping your inner thighs together. Hold this. Let the arms be easy. Breathe with me here for 4, 3, 2. We're going to take it as a double. Double out, double in. Just like we did on our front back, we hold each position. The doubles are allowing you to find even more clarity. Stamping the heels, that full foot down. Stay soft through knees, soft through tailbone. Keep this going. Double out, double in. Breathe. Feel wide to narrow. Wide collarbones. Energy out the fingertips, down through the heels, up through the abs. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Find your bounce down, home base. We're here. All right, we've gone through a front back and a front back double, a jack and a jack double. We're gonna learn some more things. Let's find our scissor. Right foot, left foot. So, we're taking it front and back now. We're keeping our legs narrow. This is the narrowest that we've had our legs thus far. So, track those toes straight front. Track those knees right underneath the hips and then right over your second toe. There's a tendency here to want to let those knees start to knock in towards each other. I want you to resist that, as if there's a ball or a yoga block in between your inner thighs and you're crushing it. Right in between, so those legs stay equidistant apart the whole time. Don't worry about your arms. I want you to really focus in on those legs here. The arms, let them go. They're just swinging. They're an accessory, wow, to what's going on. Let accessory get a little extra there, adding some syllables, but they're an accessory to what's going on with your legs and with your abs. Are you still softening your tailbone back? Answer should be yes. That little diagonal line of energy through the crown of your head, through your tailbone. Those heels are still pressing down. So here's another position where it's easy for that weight to try to shift into your toes. I want you to fight that. Keep those heels stamping down. If I painted the bottom of your foot, I would see your heel down every single time, not just your toes. But of course, we will not paint these beautiful NESS trampolines. I'll let the gold and black shine. All right, you guys are smart. We found a double in every position. You guessed it, we're gonna take our double here. Find your double right, double left. So that double, it ensures that we can find that pressing through our heels, that scooping through the belly, that softening of the knees. Check in. Did you start gripping through your shoulders? I know for me, when I really focus sometimes, the tension creeps into my shoulders, my neck, my jaw. I want you to just let that go. Send all that tension down through belly, down through heels. Keep this going. Nice double scissor. 4, 3 more. Get comfy with this. Check in that your legs are still narrow, like that imaginary yoga blocks between them. Bounce down, home base. We are cruising through some planes of motion. All right, next up, we're gonna find our first single leg action. It's gonna be a run. I want you to start really small. That might mean that we take the bounce out. So let's try that. Little run, right, left. I just want you to start shifting your weight. Right foot to left foot. Feel how you're focused in on the heel that's pressing down into the trampoline rather than the knee that's driving up. Get a little bit bigger with this. Pressing down through one heel, down through the other heel. Don't worry about upper body. As we get comfy with this, those knees start to lift all the way up, and we start to press down through our opposite heel so much that we get that bounce going again. That same analogy, the more you throw the ball down, the more you bounce up. The more you throw that heel down through your trampoline mat, the more that opposite knee can drive up, feeling stable. Check in. We're stacking building blocks, head, shoulders, ribs, hips, all growing tall. Another thing to think about here, on your run, I don't want you to think that your heels are coming, I can't even do it, I'm not gonna show you that, to your butt. I want you to think that your knees are coming towards your belly button. It's gonna really help. Those knees coming up towards the chest, up towards the belly, tailbone dropping down, and the feet are just moving with that. Stay in this run. Let the arms just move. Let the breath come freely. Full inhales, full exhales. Keep this going. Thinking about those knees coming straight in front of you. Parallel lines. So the hips are closed and the low abs must work. We got 8, 6, hold on to it for 4, 3, bounce down. Whew. First single leg action, how do we feel about that? We're gonna get back comfy on 2 feet. We're gonna finish out with some twisting. Press those heels down, let the arms swing. Start to twist to your right side. So, twisting. We are in our bounce down position the entire time on a twist, but it gets tricky because we're changing our facing with our lower half only. I want you to think that you are like a dress form mannequin, and we can separate and rotate your lower half from your upper half. So your upper half of your mannequin form is trying to stay forward, and your lower half is rotating towards your right side and back front. Check back in all the things you've been talking about. Those knees are soft. That tailbone's back. Low belly is scooping up and back. That same little bowl situation through the pelvis. Pulling in and back. Heels are stamping down, and the knees are pulling up because you're pressing down so much. I find here that the arms can actually help me twist more. So toss that right arm forward in opposition to the left hip. Bounce down center, hold here. Whew. We're gonna take the other side. In 4, in 3. Maybe it starts small. Start to get comfy with this other hip coming forward. Legs maintain that bounce down shape the whole time through. So they're staying a little wider than hips. Knees are staying soft. As we get comfy, can we get clearer? Heel comes all the way front, all the way side, which means hip comes all the way front, all the way side. I notice my shoulders want to twist with my hips because I'm just having such a nice time, but fight that. Let that left arm push forward to twist against the rotation of the lower body. This is so good for wringing out the spine. Nice little detox of the spine as we twist. Also forcing our obliques to fire up every rotation. Our core has to work a little harder to stabilize us as we find this direction change. Breathe here for 4, 3, bounce down center, hold this. All right, our twist is the only position that we haven't found our doubles in, and our run, but that's for another day. We're gonna finish out with some double twists to your right side. Here we go, you're gonna hold double side, double front. Press the heels down. I find that doubles sometimes are a little easier than singles because you've got the time to check in with your clarity. Are the shoulders front? Are the hips side? Are the heels pressing? And the knees over toes. Make that happen for yourself. 3, 2 more. That's it, that's it. Right away, let's find the other side. Double, double. That's it. Heels pressing down, stamp them down. Don't lose steam now. We got 8. That's it. Keep going your direction. 4, 3, 2. Take a bounce down. Hold here together. We're finishing strong. Maybe those twists got a little crazy for you. I want you to feel even on 2 feet right now. Feel the release through the arms, the scooping of the abs to finish out strong. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. We get to recover together, our high bounce. This is where you find full freedom, that weightlessness at the top. Your hands can float up. This is always our recovery. So good for lymphatic drainage. So good for our body, for our energy. And let that settle you down. Ease your way off of your trampoline. And that was your 15-minute bounce. If you enjoyed that, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.